Welcome to today's global news update. Search and rescue teams continue looking for Venezuela earthquake survivors. Second vessel attacked in Strait of Hormuz as regional tensions escalate. Advocates expect more Haitians to seek refuge in Canada following U.S. court ruling. Investigation begins after fatal plane crash into Beijing skyscraper. New Israel-Lebanon agreement links ceasefire to Hezbollah disarmament. Rare weather pattern fuels Europe's record heat wave. Canada delays major Griffin helicopter upgrade program. Texas schools required to include Bible stories in classroom reading. Search and rescue teams continue working around the clock after powerful earthquakes caused widespread destruction across parts of Venezuela. Heavy equipment, search dogs, and emergency personnel are assisting in efforts to locate survivors while humanitarian aid reaches affected communities. Officials continue assessing structural damage and providing temporary shelter for displaced families. International organizations are supporting relief operations as recovery efforts continue. Maritime security officials report that another ship has been attacked while transiting the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most important energy shipping routes. The incident comes as military tensions between the United States and Iran continue to rise. Governments and shipping companies are closely monitoring developments while naval forces increase security operations in the region. Analysts warn that prolonged instability could disrupt international trade and global oil markets. Following recent U.S. immigration rulings, advocacy groups say more Haitian nationals may attempt to enter Canada to seek refugee protection or other legal pathways. Experts note that immigration policy changes in one country can influence migration patterns throughout North America. Canadian officials continue monitoring border activity while maintaining existing asylum procedures. The issue is expected to remain part of broader discussions surrounding refugee policy and international humanitarian obligations. Chinese investigators are examining the circumstances surrounding a fatal aircraft crash involving a small plane and a high-rise building in Beijing. Emergency responders secured the area while engineers inspected the building for structural damage. Aviation experts will review flight records, maintenance history, and weather conditions to determine the cause of the crash. Authorities say the investigation remains ongoing. Diplomatic efforts have produced a framework that would connect a ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon with steps toward Hezbollah's disarmament. Supporters believe the proposal could reduce long-term security risks, while critics question whether the conditions can realistically be achieved. Regional and international leaders continue monitoring negotiations closely. Experts say implementation will require sustained diplomatic engagement and verification mechanisms. Weather experts explain that an Omega block, a persistent high-pressure weather system, is trapping hot air across much of Europe and contributing to record-breaking temperatures. Such patterns can remain stationary for days or weeks, leading to prolonged heat waves and drought conditions. Canadian meteorologists are studying whether comparable atmospheric conditions could affect parts of Canada during the summer. Officials continue encouraging residents to follow heat safety guidance. Canada has temporarily paused plans to modernize its Griffin military helicopters, citing technical complexity and project challenges. Defense officials say the review will help ensure the upgrade meets operational requirements before moving forward. The helicopter fleet plays an important role in search and rescue, transport, surveillance, and military support operations. Analysts expect the delay to affect future defense planning and procurement timelines. Education officials in Texas have approved new curriculum requirements that include selected Bible stories in classroom instruction. Supporters argue the material provides important historical and cultural context, while critics raise concerns about the separation of religion and public education. School districts are preparing to implement the new standards as educators review curriculum changes. The policy is expected to face continued public and legal scrutiny.